Then you are going to learn the Aufbau principle and many interesting facts. So you're going to understand how does energy, what is energy, and then what is the dual nature of light and energy, and very many different things. So science is going to go to another level altogether. So it's a very good thing that you've chosen up science as a career. Okay. Now, when I talk about solid, liquid, and gases, the one thing the we comes to mind is differentiate between them, right? This we have already done in our lower standards. That what is solid, what is liquid, what is a gas, right? So solids have a definite shape, solids have definite volume, right? Liquids have definite volume but do not have definite shape. Gases, neither they have definite volume nor do they have definite shape. This is what we know about. Now, when I see around me, I can see many solid things. For example, this charger point which I have in front of me, this is a solid, right? It has a fixed shape. Okay, when I keep it over here, it is immovable. Okay, then what do we say? If I try to press it, if I try to press it further, it is incompressible. I cannot move the atoms, the particles which it is made up of, more close to each other, right? So it is incompressible, it is hard. Okay, then if I talk about other type of solid, I can have this plastic bottle which I have over here, but the water inside it, the water inside this plastic is liquid, as you can see, right? This liquid is able to flow. It does not have a shape. If I remove this water from this bottle, it will spread on the floor. But if I keep this water in this bottle, it takes the shape of this bottle. Now, similarly, about this room which I'm sitting in, right? This room has air inside it. Air means gas, right? This room is having gas. Now, if I open the main door, the gas which is outside or the gas which is inside is simply going to mix and the volume is going to increase, right? So right now the air is inside this room, so it has taken up the volume of this room. If I expand this room, the volume of the gas will also expand, right? So particles or atoms, they are closely packed in solids, they are weakly packed in liquids, and they are very scantily packed in gases. The intermolecular forces are very strong in solids, weak in liquids, and negligible in gases. Okay, so I use this word intermolecular forces. Now, what is intermolecular forces? Now, water, for example, what is water made up of? It is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, right? H2O. We all know this. That this is the formula for water. One molecule of water is H2O. Now, when I showed you this bottle has water. It has water inside it, right? Now, this is just not one molecule of water. This is like millions of molecules of water, right? So these molecules of water, they are held together with each other by certain forces, right? When I talk about this charger point, when I talk about this earphone or anything, this is also a solid, right? They are made up of certain particles. They are made up of certain substances. Now, what are these substances? These substances, suppose if it is क्या बोलते हैं, copper. If all copper atoms are, I'm having a copper plate, right? So copper atoms are held together with other copper atoms by certain forces, right? Water molecule H2O is held together with other H2O molecules by a force. This force between two molecules, keeping them together, is called as intermolecular forces. Inter, in between two, right? There are two words. You need to understand that. Inter and intra. Inter means in between two, and intra means within. There's a difference between that. Okay. For example, suppose there are two colleges A and B, college A and college B. Just Kalyan mein, what are the colleges? We have Birla College, we have Model College, and many colleges, right? N number of colleges. So let us take an example of Birla and Model College. So if there is a competition, any competition, singing competition, quiz competition, dancing competition, PUBG competition, or any competition, you name it. Okay. If there is a competition between uh, uh, Birla College and Model College. So there are going to be students of Model College, there are going to be students of Birla College. This competition will be called as the inter-college competition because it is in between two different colleges, right? But if there is a competition between two divisions of Birla College, for example, Division A and Division B, that's going to be a intra-college competition because that competition is within the college. So inter means between two, intra means within one. We are talking about intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces means forces of attraction between two different molecules of the same element, substance, compound, whatever you say, right? And intra forces are going to be वो H2O, H हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन के बीच में जो फोर्स है दैट इज इंट्रा मॉलिक्यूलर फोर्स. एक H2O और दूसरे H2O के बीच में जो फोर्स है दैट इज इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर फोर्स. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. I hope I'm not going too fast. If I'm not understandable, please let me know, guys. Sorry, my throat got dry. So I just drank water. Now, what made me drink water? What made the water come out of that bottle into my mouth? The property of fluidity, right? Fluidity means the ability to flow. The ability to flow. These particles are so loosely packed that they can move freely. It is true for both liquids as well as gases. That is why liquids and gases together are called as fluids. Okay, because they have the ability of flowing, to flow. Solids don't have that. Solids cannot flow because they are fixed in one position. The atoms, the molecules which are making up the solid, they are fixed in one position. Liquids and gases, they have the ability to flow. That's why they are called as fluids. They have the property of fluidity. In this chapter, we are going to focus on gases and a little bit on liquids. Gases and liquids. About solids we are going to study in depth in 12th standard. 12th standard, the first chapter is solid state in chemistry part 1. In 11th, we are going to focus on gases and liquids. In general, fluids. So how are different gases related to each other? What are the different gas laws? How to use them to find out the molecular mass? How to use them? What defines a gas? What are the measurable properties of a gas? And so on. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be easy. It's going to be basic. So let us see how does it unfold. So before going ahead, what you need to understand is you need to understand the different types of intermolecular forces. Now, what are these different types of intermolecular forces? So intermolecular forces are of different types because molecules are of different types. Now, I don't know how whether you have heard of this: polar, non-polar, and so on. So polar molecules, non-polar molecules, right? I don't know. Have you ever heard of it? I think we have very less students, so they can speak in between, right, sir?
हाँ यस स्टूडेंट्स अगर आपको डाउट है तो पूछ सकते हो.
Guys, if you wish to, you can speak. If you do not wish to speak, you can type in if I ask you something. Okay, beta? Okay.
अगर किसी को कुछ स्पीड लग रहा है तो थोड़ा स्लो भी बोल सकते हो सर को.
Yes, sir. Do you think I am going too fast? I'll slow down the speed. Yes, sir. So Sneha, I understand that you have heard about. Sir, आप mute कर लीजिए. थोड़ा disturbance आ रहा है. कमलेश sir. So this polar you must have heard of. Now, what makes a molecule polar? What is this word polar? Polar is something which is related to pole. In chemistry, pole will be related to a charge. Okay. So what is this charge? Charge can be two types, either positive or negative, right? Either positive or negative charge. So atom, we know, since in the lower standards we've already studied, we know that atom as a whole is electrically neutral. What do we mean by electrically neutral? It means the total number of electrons and the total number of protons in an atom is equal. So if there are 5 protons, there are going to be 5 electrons. Plus 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. So total charge on an atom is 0. But if the atom loses electron or gains electron, then it gets charged. If it loses electron, it will get positively charged. If it gains electron, it will get negatively charged. Cation, anion. You must be aware of these basic concepts, right? Now, why do they lose electrons and what happens? We all know this. We are going to study this in depth. So, why are atoms losing electrons and why are they gaining electrons? In order to satisfy their valency, in order to become stable. So, what is this stability? So, some scientist has said that the atoms will become stable only when they complete their octet. Octet. Now, what is octet? Octet means presence of 8 electrons in the outermost shell or the last shell. So we have a chapter in 11th standard wherein which we are going to study the different theories of atomic stability and all. Again, that's a very interesting chapter, and that chapter has many exceptions in chemistry. So that chapter is going to unveil a different world of chemistry altogether. You've got to you'll come to know about many new facts about atoms, molecules, and ions, and many other concepts which are going to be shattered. That you must be thinking, "अरे नहीं, हमने तो ये ऐसे पढ़ा था 10th standard में," but 11th में it is something totally different. Okay, so it's not different; it's just justified. As simple as that. Fine. So if you see, हम लोग ने लोअर साइंस में देखा है शेल KLMN करके हम लोग बीच में न्यूक्लियस होता है, then you have KLMNN. So you will come to know about that. How do we derive it as KMN? Why there are only 2 electrons in the first orbit? Why there are 8 electrons in the second orbit, and so on? What is the rule? What is 1s? What is S, P, D, F, and all those things? Okay. So just relax. Don't take load. It's going to be interesting. So don't. I'm not scaring you. I'm actually igniting you to learn more. Right. So this is what we were talking about the intermolecular forces. So we were at polar molecules. So polarity on a molecule, there is a dipole created. Pole means charge. Dipole means 2 charges. Dipole on a molecule means presence of 2 charges on the same molecule. Now, why does this happen? If molecule has been formed, if stability has been occurred, why are molecule formed? Because reaction takes place. Why do reactions take place? Because atoms want to satisfy their valency. They want to complete their octets. They will do so either by donating electrons or accepting electrons or sharing electrons, right? We know either ionic bond or covalent bond, either of the two. So let us see how these things unfold gradually, right? So there is a concept called as electronegativity. So I don't know how many of y'all are aware of this concept of electronegativity. What is electronegativity? Electronegativity, the ability of an atom to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself within a covalent molecule. Okay, so that is electronegativity. I don't know how many of you all understood it or it went bouncer. You can please ask me questions. You're not going to see my face throughout the lecture. I'm going to show you a video or I'm going to show you certain written facts. Okay. So when I talk about electronegativity, I can
एक
explain
सेकंड
it.
सर, शायद मेरे ख्याल से पीयूष को कुछ डाउट है, उसने रेज
हाँ
योर
हाँ
हैंड किया है। पीयूष
ओहो
बच्चा, आप
मुझे
पूछ सकते हो अगर कुछ डाउट
मुझे
है
नहीं
तो।
दिखा। अच्छा, हाय पीयूष, एक्सक्यूज मी फॉर दिस।
अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हो अगर कुछ डाउट है तो।
मुझे नहीं दिखा रही है
बोलो
इसमें।
पीयूष।
सर नेगेटिविटी को डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करो ना।
बिल्कुल बेटा, आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी इन डिटेल। जस्ट गिव मी। आपने रेस किया था क्या? ओके फाइन,
वेरी गुड, अगर कुछ भी डाउट है तो आप पूछते रहो।
परफेक्ट। हाँ, इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव, तो ये वर्ड पहले सुना नहीं है, राइट? आप लोग ने इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी, फाइन। सो लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू बाय विद एन एग्जांपल। मैं उसको स्क्रीन पे भी दिखाऊंगा, बट बिफोर शोइंग इट टू यू ऑन द स्क्रीन, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू अ वेरी बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट। ओके बेटा, first thing to learn na, you need to keep your brains open. Okay, don't take a burden on it and don't take it like ye exams ke liye padhna hai. You have to study it for knowledge, then the concepts will get clear. That is more important. Okay, so let us assume, okay, there are two kids. There are two kids. One is in 5th standard and the other is in 9th standard. Just a random example. Okay, forget about electronegativity, forget about concepts. Just pay attention to this example. So there are two kids. One is in fifth standard and the other is in ninth standard. Obviously, in the fifth standard kid is the younger one and the ninth standard kid is the elder one. Now they both are hungry. Both of them are brothers, so definitely they're going to fight for whatever they want to eat. We all know this, that siblings fight, right? So both of them are hungry, and their parents have gone out. Nobody is there in the house. The only available food which they have is a burger in the house, which was made and it was stored in the fridge. So what the elder one does it, he takes out the burger from the fridge, he heats it in the oven, and then he keeps it in the plate. Now, ideally, what should happen? Ideally, the burger should be cut equally into two halves. The burger should be cut equally into two halves, and both should get equal share. दोनों को equal share मिलना चाहिए. But what happens is ना, वो burger unequally cut करता है. ज्यादा वाला part the elder son eats, and थोड़ा वाला part the younger son eats. But both get satisfied. Why? The smaller one, the younger brother, he is less in age, he is younger, so his amount of hunger is less as compared to the hunger of the brother in ninth standard. Okay, तो इसका बड़े वाले का भूख ज्यादा है, छोटे वाले का भूख कम है. ऑल्दो बर्गर को इक्वली तोड़ना था, बट इक्वली नहीं तोड़ा, अनइक्वली तोड़ा. ज्यादा वाला पार्ट बड़े भाई ने खाया और कम वाला पार्ट छोटे भाई ने खाया, बट दोनों का भूख शांत हुआ. ओके, नाउ अंडरस्टैंड दिस इन द टर्म्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. Electrons are shared between two atoms. For example, hydrogen chloride, HCl, hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen needs one electron to complete its duplet, and electron needs one electron to complete its octet. Both of them share one electron and they satisfy their valencies. But electronegativity, chlorine has more hunger for electrons as compared to hydrogen. Chlorine is more electronegative as compared to hydrogen. So the shared pair of electron between hydrogen and chlorine, which should ideally be in center, it shifts towards chlorine. थोड़ा सा, पूरा क्लोरीन की तरफ नहीं जाएगा, थोड़ा ज्यादा क्लोरीन की तरफ शिफ्ट हो जाता है. Now, because of this partial shifting of electrons towards chlorine, there is a partial negative charge on chlorine which is created and a partial positive charge on hydrogen which is created. Now, this happens because of the difference in electronegativities. अगर दो हाइड्रोजन का एटम्स, हाइड्रोजन का इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी इज सपोज 1.2, तो दूसरे हाइड्रोजन का भी इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी 1.2 रहेगा. The shared pair of electrons between the two atoms is going to be in the center. It's not going to move either udhar. So the electronegativity difference is going to be 0. So there is not going to be any extra charge on either of the atoms. But hydrogen chloride ka electronegativity difference is high. That's why the shared pair of electrons shifts towards itself. Chlorine has the tendency, chlorine has the capacity of attracting the shared pair of electron towards itself. Why? Because it is having a higher electronegative value, electronegativity. So electronegativity is nothing but it is the ability to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself within a covalent molecule. I know I just explained this in the air. You'll understand it more clearly when I show it to you on the video. So what I'll do is I'll just try to flip it and show it to you on the screen. जैसे जैसे हम लोग types of intermolecular forces पढ़ेंगे बच्चा, you will come to know about these things. Let me zoom and adjust it for you so that it is a little clear for you guys. ठीक है? I hope the screen is visible to everyone clearly. स्क्रीन में कुछ इशू नहीं है ना? सबको दिख रहा है बेटा? सर दिख रहा है स्क्रीन बरोबर से?
हाँ हाँ दिख रहा है सर, विजिबल है.
Hello, guys, am I audible?
हाँ सर, आपका आवाज तो आ रहा है लेकिन आपका वीडियो
हाँ, नहीं नहीं,
ने
आई
बंद
थिंक
किया है।
डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था. हाँ, डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था. आई जस्ट स्विच इट ऑन अगेन. कैन यू सी इट? अभी दिख रहा है सर?
हाँ दिख रहा है, उसको थोड़ा स्टेबल करिए।
जूम करूँ? हाँ,
नहीं चलेगा, बस काफी है।
आई थिंक मोर देन इनफ. ज्यादा जूम होगा तो फिर उनको ठीक से दिखेगा भी नहीं. ठीक है.
हाँ
Okay. So, guys, let us see what are the different types of intermolecular forces and how are they classified. If at any point of time, if you feel that you need to write down something, you need to write down a concept which you which will help you to understand it better. So let us just go through the things. Okay. So now there is something called as van der Waals forces, which was discovered by Jonas van der Waals. Okay, now these images and all are just to entertain you a bit, so that it doesn't sound like a very boring and dull thing. So he was a scientist who not invented but discovered the van der Waals forces. Okay, that there is something called as van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces are the weakest forces amongst molecules, intermolecular forces, the different types of forces. Now we will see what are the different types of van der Waals forces. We have, I'll adjust the camera a bit so that it is clearly correct. So they are dispersion or London forces, dipole forces, dipole induced dipole forces. So these three type of forces, they are under van der Waals forces. All the three forces are weak forces. Now, when I say weak forces, that does not mean that they are unable to hold the molecules or atoms together. Not that weak, okay? But weaker when you compare it to your ionic bond, covalent bond, and so on, okay? So let us see what exactly are dispersion or London forces, what are dipole forces, what is dipole induced dipole forces. Okay, so let us see the types. Okay, now इसमें the concept of dipole and induced dipole ये भी clear हो जाएगा आपको, which is good. Now let us study each of them in detail. Okay, we'll start with dispersion forces or London forces. So the scientist is Fritz London, who discovered the dispersion forces. That's why also called as London forces. Now look at this, guys. Look at this. Okay, in front of you, you can see a atom and you can see a non-polar molecule. So this is the nucleus. This is a molecule. A molecule is made up of minimum two atoms. So a molecule is made up of two atoms. These are the nuclei of the two atoms. The dotted blue version which you see is the cloud of electrons surrounding them. Right? अभी तक हम लोग ने कैसा डायग्राम बनाया, ऐसा लाइन बनाते थे और उसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बनाते थे. But electrons are revolving around the nucleus, right? In this case, by nucleus, because this is a molecule. So this blue dotted line, this is the electron cloud over here. Okay, so this electron cloud which you see in front of you, I hope it is clear, it's not blurry. Okay, so this electron cloud which you see in front of you, in this space, the electrons are continuously revolving around the nucleus or the nuclei, whichever is applicable as per the atom or the molecule. Now, they are continuously revolving in a standard phase, in a standard position. Now, see this. So the electrons are symmetrically distributed. Now, when I say symmetrically distributed, it means that the shared pair of electrons is shared equally between them. Okay, and over here, so there is only one atom, so there is no concept of distribution. Now, what happens is now, because of the constant motion of the electrons are continuously revolving around the nucleus. At a point, for a short duration of time, there is a development of a instantaneous dipole, the meaning of which is the revolving electrons, they are always maintained at a particular distance from each other, but sometimes due to unsymmetry, these electrons come close to each other. They do not touch each other, they come in a common area close to each other. Now when these electrons will come close to each other, the electron cloud will get concentrated to one end. Electron cloud gets concentrated to one particular end. तो ऐसा दिखेगा कि न्यूक्लियस थोड़ा साइड में है और इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक साइड में है. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जिस साइड में रहेगा दैट इज गोइंग टू बी नेगेटिवली चार्ज, न्यूक्लियस इज बाय डिफॉल्ट पॉजिटिवली चार्ज. So can I say on the same atom or on the same molecule, I have two different charges at the same time. So this presence of two different charges at the same time is termed as a dipole. Two poles, dipole. Okay. This is instantaneous and for a very short duration of time. For a very short duration of time, this happens in all non-polar, polar, all types of atoms and molecules. This happens for a very short duration of time. Now let's see what is coming ahead. They get distributed asymmetrically. Now what happens when they get distributed asymmetrically, asymmetrically? See? Okay, hold on. Now suppose the two atoms A and B. Right now the electron cloud is uniform. The electrons are revolving properly and the cloud is uniform. What happens for a short duration of time when the electrons get concentrated in one particular area? An instantaneous dipole will get generated on these atoms. The electrons will get concentrated at one particular end. At one particular end, when they start doing it, there's going to be a instantaneous dipole, unsymmetrical distribution हो जाएगा. Electrons ये corner पे आ जाएंगे और atom इस corner पे रह जाएगा. So this is the positive nucleus. Here we have the negative electrons. Now here electrons are revolving, right? यहाँ पे electrons are revolving. This nucleus is positive and here इसका electrons are concentrated over here. अगर इस time पे at this instant or at this moment when the electrons are concentrated to this side and this nucleus is on this side, if this atom B comes close to such an atom A, then the nucleus of atom A will try to attract the electrons of atom B. Why will this happen? Because opposites attract. In doing so, the atom A will create a dipole on atom B और इसका भी distribution unsymmetrical हो जाएगा. Now this type of interaction between two atoms for a very short duration of time is called as dispersion forces or London forces. Weakest forces, सबसे weak force होता है ये, बहुत कम time के लिए ये रहता है. Now see, this is what is happening. Instantaneous dipole. बेटा this has a meaning. This arrow has a meaning. एक chapter है जब हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे chemistry में जब हम आगे बढ़ेंगे we going to study more about the nucleus and the dipole and all these things. So we will come to know that a dipole is represented by a arrow with a cross mark. The cross mark, this cross mark, it denotes, it is showing that the distribution of electrons is unequal and the arrow shows the direction of the negative charge or the shift of electrons. The arrow is showing the shift of electrons. Just keep this much in mind. ये आगे चैप्टर में आने वाला है अपने को, ठीक है? अभी इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इधर गया, ये पॉजिटिव न्यूक्लियस है, तो ये पॉजिटिव इसके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को अट्रैक्ट करने में इसको भी डाइपोल बना देगा. ये देखो, it will distort the electron cloud on the other atom also, like this. Atom B भी उसके डायरेक्शन में अट्रैक्ट होने लगेगा. but this happens for a very short duration of time. तो जैसे ही इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड यहां मूव होगा, ठीक है, इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड यहां मूव हो जाएगा, एंड सो ऑन. A dipole is induced in the atom B, but not a permanent dipole. A weak instantaneous dipole is introduced in atom B. Induced बोले तो क्या बेटा, अपना असर दूसरे के ऊपर डालना, right? To have your effect on the other atom. So atom A had a instantaneous dipole because of the unsymmetrical distribution of electrons. Atom A had its effect on atom B also, and it induced a dipole in atom B. So atom A induced a dipole in atom B, and this force of attraction, so this positive nucleus is going to attract the electron cloud, and it is going to distort its shape. So there is an interaction between them, there is a force of attraction between them. This weak force of attraction is called as the dispersion force or the London forces. Like you see, पहले नॉर्मल था, अभी एक साइड कॉन्सेंट्रेट हो गया. Did you get this concept? So this force is only effective on a very short distance. अगर ये एटम्स ज्यादा पास में है तो ही ऐसा इंटरेक्शन होगा. अदरवाइज इफ एटम ए एंड एटम बी आर एट अ कंसिडरेबल डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम ईच अदर, then there is not going to be any dispersion or London force between them. The distance has to be short between them, otherwise it will not be effective. It's a very short range of forces limited to 500 picometers, a very short distance. Beta, we are talking about atoms. Atoms are very, very, very nano in nature, very small in nature, right? ये जो डायग्राम आपको स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा है, this is only for your understanding, right? So one thing which you can write about dispersion forces are, they are short range forces limited to 500 picometers, and the magnitude of London forces is inversely proportional to the sixth power of the distance between them. R, small r is the distance between the atoms, sixth power. जितना डिस्टेंस बढ़ाओगे उतना फोर्स, लंडन फोर्स कम होगा एटम्स के बीच में. जितना डिस्टेंस कम करोगे उतना लंडन फोर्स उनमें बढ़ेगा. I hope this is clear. Just quickly note these 2 points about dispersion forces. Now beta, it will be helpful. If you have any questions, please ask me. If you have not understood, you can ask me to repeat. We have no hurry to go ahead, beta. We have all the time in the world to study. So don't think कि ये complete करके आगे बढ़ना है, ये समझ के आगे बढ़ना है. That is more important. Anybody, you can directly unmute your audio and talk to me. We have a limited number of students right now, so it will be easy to communicate. Don't feel shy, okay? Just ask whatever question you have. You can ask any question. Don't feel shy, beta. Sneha wants the definition of that. Definitions and all, you will get it from textbook, beta. What I want you to, have you understood what is dispersion force or London force?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, okay. So if you have understood it, beta, what will be the definition if we try? See, definitions and all, you have to strictly write it from the. Okay. Yeah, anybody had a question? So these
No, sir.
dispersion forces. Okay, okay, beta. Rohit is asking direction of this arrow. Beta, we're talking about this arrow. Direction is going to be in the direction of the electrons. Electrons जहाँ पे जाएंगे, negative charge जहाँ पे होगा, उस direction में हम लोग arrow रखेंगे. ठीक है? अगर इस side concentrate होता तो हम लोग इस side arrow रखते. Simple as that. So these dispersion forces or London forces are short range forces between two atoms due to the generation of instantaneous dipole on the atoms. As simple as that. You can take this as the definition of dispersion forces or London forces. Have you guys written it? Can we move ahead? Let us try to see what is a dipole-dipole force. Can you please repeat? Definitely I can repeat. So what will I repeat? I'll repeat that dispersion forces or London forces are short range forces. Dispersion forces or London forces are short range forces between any two atoms due to generation of instantaneous dipoles. Instantaneous means at that very moment, due to generation of instantaneous dipole on the atoms. And you can write down whatever is visible on the screen, that it is limited to 500 picometers and inversely proportional to the 6th power of the distance between them, where r is the distance between the atoms. Just let me know once you are done, then we'll move ahead. Okay, Pratik says he's done. Jayashri says done. Tanmay and Manali say done. Samruddhi, Bhushan, Anirudh, Rohit, Piyush, Ajit, Jennifer, Pranita. I'm just reading out your names जो मेरे को screen पे दिख रहा है. So that's good. Shubham, Tejas, Aryan, Anurag, Sharon, Sagar, Mitali, Mohan, Shraddha. So I think almost everybody is done. Anuj. Okay, great. So almost everyone is done. So let us move ahead with the dipole forces. Okay. The R is the distance between them. बताया था मैंने आपको. So now we are going to see the dipole forces. Now dipole क्या होता है वो तो आपको पता है. Now you need to understand this better. जो मैंने आपको एग्जाम्पल बताया था ना, वो बर्गर और बड़े भाई और छोटे भाई का, वो क्लोरीन और हाइड्रोजन का. This atom B and this is atom A. Atom B is more electronegative as compared to atom A. Ideally, the shared electron should be shared equally between them and the electron cloud should be oval and equal in shape, right? But since B is more electronegative as compared to A, the shared pair of electrons shift towards B. Because of this small shifting, a partial negative charge is created on B and a partial positive charge is created on A. Delta means a small value. This delta जो आपको दिख रहा है ना बेटा यहाँ पे, delta का मतलब होता है small value. Okay. So a small negative charge is created over here and a small positive charge. Why? Because electrons are moving slightly away. If electrons are moving away, slight positive charge आ जाएगा. So such a molecule on which you have both negative and positive charges present at the same time is called as a dipole. Dipole, two poles, two charges at the same time. Okay, such a molecule is a dipole. Now for example, this is HCl and this is also HCl. ये HCl है, ये भी HCl है, दो इसके ऊपर भी डायपोल है, इसके ऊपर भी डायपोल है. अभी मैंने बीकर में HCl लिया हुआ है 5 ml, 5 ml HCl I have taken in a beaker. Okay, now these HCl molecules are current in the beaker, they are in the liquid state. So what forces of attraction will they have between them? Since all the molecules are a dipole, they will have dipole forces. मतलब एक मॉलिक्यूल का नेगेटिव वाला पार्ट इज गोइंग टू अट्रैक्ट द पॉजिटिव पार्ट ऑफ द अदर मॉलिक्यूल एंड दे आर गोइंग टू इंटरैक्ट अमंग्स्ट ईच अदर. दे आर गोइंग टू not bond, not connect, but interact between each other by dipole forces. This is what is dipole forces. The negative part of the dipole attracting the positive part of the other dipole of the same molecule, either the same molecule or the different molecule, that we'll see ahead. Okay. Now these are polar molecules with permanent dipole. Now why is there permanent dipole over here? There is permanent dipole because of the huge difference of electronegativities. Electronegativity का huge difference है. अभी बेटा जितना खाना आप खाओगे और जितना खाना कुंभकर्ण खाएगा उसमें तो बहुत डिफरेंस है, राइट? सो अगर आपको और कुंभकर्ण को खाना शेयर करने को बोलेंगे तो ज्यादा खाना तो कुंभकर्ण खाएगा, आप थोड़ा खाओगे, पेट दोनों का भरेगा, satisfied दोनों होंगे, but depends on the hunger. So the hunger for electrons is more in B as compared to A. That is why the shared pair of electrons is unequal and unsymmetrical while sharing, and because of which more electrons are over here and partial negative charge is going to come over here and partial positive charge is going to come over here, and iska negative part is going to attract iska positive part. This interaction between two polar molecules which have permanent dipoles is called dipole-dipole interaction, or these forces are called as dipole-dipole forces. I hope you all are understanding. I am not too fast or abhi dekho HCl. This is the example which I gave. Now because of higher electronegativity of chlorine, the electron cloud, the shared pair of electron shifts slightly towards chlorine. पूरा शिफ्ट नहीं हुआ है, हाइड्रोजन के पास भी है, उसको भी अपने को सेटिस्फाई करने का है, बट इसको इलेक्ट्रॉन का ज्यादा भूख है, इसीलिए ये शेयर्ड पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन शिफ्ट्स टुवर्ड्स इटसेल्फ, and because of which partial negative charge will come on chlorine and partial positive charge is going to come on hydrogen, like this. Partial negative and partial positive charges are going to come on the same molecule. Molecule टूटेगा नहीं बेटा. Now this attraction between the positive end of one molecule and the negative end of the other molecule is called as dipole-dipole forces or dipole-dipole interaction. ठीक है? जितना ज्यादा उसका partial charge उतना ज्यादा उसका interaction. Now this interaction is going to depend on the partial charges. Over there was single minus delta and single plus delta. Now किसी एटम के ऊपर अगर -2 delta और +2 delta रहेगा तो this interaction is going to be stronger. As simple as that. जितना charge उतना attraction. Now, this is a give reason in front of you. The boiling point of a polar covalent molecule is higher as compared to a non-polar molecule. This is because the polar covalent molecules are held together or are attracted towards each other because of the dipole-dipole forces, which are stronger as compared to the London forces in the non-polar molecule. ऐसे मॉलिक्यूल को तोड़ने में अपने को ज्यादा हीट लगेगा, right? Boiling point is to break the atoms and change them into a different state, right? Altogether. So now this molecule is attracted to other molecule because of this negative and positive charges. तो हम लोग को ये बॉन्ड तो तोड़ना ही है, इसके अलावा this molecule and other molecule उनके बीच का भी बॉन्ड तोड़ना है. यहाँ पे that bond is very weak, यहाँ पे it is stronger as compared to this. That is why the boiling point of polar covalent molecule is going to be higher as compared to a non-polar molecule. I hope you all are understanding. Dipole-dipole forces are stronger. ठीक है, ये देखो बेटा, we have dipole-dipole interaction in water molecules also. ये आपके सामने क्या है? Water molecules है, H2O. Okay, now H2O के अंदर also यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा ये है, it is -2 delta. On oxygen it's going to be -2 delta. Why? Because यहाँ पे plus delta. A shared pair of electrons goes over here and it is -2 delta. This type of a bonding is also called as hydrogen bonding, जो हम लोग आगे देखने वाले हैं, but it is a type of dipole-dipole interaction like this. Now you need to understand this. When I have ion-ion interaction, that means जब NaCl का molecule बनता है, उस time पे sodium donates a electron and forms a positive ion, and chlorine accepts a electron and forms a negative ion. These two ions are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. Dipole-dipole interaction is weaker than the electrostatic force of attraction between ions, because dipole में यहाँ पे ions नहीं बन रहा है, partial charge है, little charge है, smaller charge है. यहाँ पे you have the complete positive and the complete negative charge. So ion-ion interaction or this electrostatic force of attraction is stronger as compared to dipole-dipole forces. Always remember that. They are not as strong as the ion-ion interaction. This is what I said in the beginning also. Right. So dipole-dipole interaction energy again is inversely proportional to the 6th power of the distance between them, where the distance between the two polar molecules. So we will note this down also. हम लोग ये भी लिख लेंगे. Has everybody understood the concept, beta? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, Pratik says yes. Kinjal says yes. Piyush, Tejas, Rohit, Manali, Pranita, Shraddha, Mitali. Oh, too fast. Aryan, Tanmay, Anirudh, Anurag, Sagar, Ajit. That's good. Sharon, Jennifer, Shubham, Anj. Good. So dipole and ion concept, just repeat once. Okay, beta, I will repeat it once. Let me go back over here. So you're asking about this concept. Beta, when I'm talking about interactive forces and bonding forces, ion-ion interaction is a bonding force. This is the formation of a molecule. Dipole-dipole forces is the interaction force. Bonding force, interaction force. Interaction force between two different molecules. Bonding force between two atoms. Bonding force between two atoms. Okay? This force is very strong as compared to this force. This is just because of partial charges on the molecules. This is because of permanent charges on the ions. So this interaction is going to be stronger as compared to this interaction over here. So dipole-dipole forces are the forces between two different molecules. Ion-ion interaction is the force of attraction which bonds two ions together to form a molecule. That is the difference between them. Am I clear, beta? Did you understand this? Did you understand this, beta? Can we move ahead? Okay, yes. Riha says yes. Cool. So that is about your ion dipole and dipole dipole. So dipole dipole interaction energy is inversely proportional again to the sixth power of the distance between the two polar molecules. So what is dipole dipole interaction? It is the interaction between two polar molecules which have permanent dipoles on them. Simple as that. What is the third type of van der Waals force? It is dipole induced dipole forces. Very much similar to the first part. Now see beta, यहाँ पे I have a non-polar molecule. A non-polar molecule बोले तो there is no shifting of electrons over here. Why? Because A का भी electronegativity वही है और दूसरे वाले. Suppose this is hydrogen. ठीक है? Suppose this is hydrogen, H and H. So because of the zero difference in their electronegativities, there is not going to be any partial charge present. So this is a non-polar, no poles, no charge. This is polar because there are charges, there are poles on this molecule. अच्छा, अब देखो, try to understand. Positive, positive, negative. यहाँ पे negative charge है. This negative charge will try to attract the positive nucleus over here, or this positive nucleus will try to attract the negative charge over here, because of which this is going to shift and the electrons in this are going to shift away. तो एक मॉलिक्यूल जो नॉन पोलर था उसको इसके प्रेजेंस में आने से पोलैरिटी मिल गया, पोलैरिटी आ गया. दैट इज व्हाई दिस इज डाइपोल induced dipole interaction. Interaction between a polar and a non-polar molecule. The non-polar molecule is made polar because of the influence of the polar molecule. It is induced in the non-polar molecule. Let us have a look at it. It is deforming the electronic cloud. कैसे करेगा? ऐसे करेगा, right? इसका negative part is going to attract the positive nucleus of the non-polar molecule. वो interaction यहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉन जाएगा तो ये यहाँ के इलेक्ट्रॉन डिस्टर्ब हो जाएंगे and they will move apart. If they will move apart, the electron मॉलिक्यूल जो पहले नॉन पोलर था अब पोलर हो गया. क्यों? बिकॉज उसके पास एक नॉन पोलर मॉलिक्यूल आया. तो नॉन पोलर मॉलिक्यूल इंड्यूस्ड पोलैरिटी इन अ a polar molecule induced polarity in a non. I can see Vishak on video. Guys, did you understand this concept? Sir, मैं हूँ और ऑनलाइन लेक्चर में हूँ, right?
हाँ
It got
सर है.
disconnected, I think, अचानक से. Okay, sir. Okay. अचानक से स्क्रीन चला गया था तो I thought I'm being disconnected. Cool. So I hope, guys, you have understood the concept of dipole-dipole interaction. Let us consider the interaction between chlorine molecule, which is a non-polar molecule, and the water molecule. Look over here. Chlorine molecule Cl2 is going to be non-polar because same atoms है. Same atoms है तो distribution of electrons is going to be equal, symmetrical. अभी यहाँ पे water molecule is a polar molecule. इसका negative electron cloud is going to attract इसका positive nucleus, because of which the electron cloud is going to shift over here. तो non-polar chlorine molecule is going to become क्या बोलते हैं polar chlorine molecule, and this interaction is called as dipole induced dipole interaction, like this. Is it clear, guys? वाटर एंड क्लोरीन मॉलिक्यूल्स का एग्जांपल हमने अब भी देखा. So this strength depends on the dipole strength of the polar molecule. पोलर मॉलिक्यूल का जितना स्ट्रेंथ रहेगा उतना क्या बोलते हैं उनके बीच में इंटरेक्शन होगा. समृद्धि, लास्ट वाला कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं समझा. ओके, कैसे बताऊं अभी? गाइस सी, two of your friends are studying. They are studying on the same bench. Then all of a sudden, four students which are on the next bench, they start playing. Okay, now because they are playing, they need more partners in playing. Okay, so they start asking the other students who are studying to join them into play. Okay, so two people who were in the beginning very concentrated towards their studies, who were balanced rather, they get disturbed because of someone else, and they also start playing. उनका नेचर भी उनके जैसा हो जाता है. So this is something called as induction, to give your what do we say, features to someone else. This was a polar molecule. There was shifting of electrons already. Permanent polar molecule, water, partial charge. ये नॉन पोलर मॉलिक्यूल था. ये देखो, क्लोरीन का देखना. हाँ बेटा, ये नॉन पोलर मॉलिक्यूल था, इसमें शिफ्टिंग ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स नहीं था. अब जब ऐसे मॉलिक्यूल्स एक दूसरे के पास आएंगे, when two such molecules will come closer to each other, what's going to happen is the negative cloud of the polar molecule will attract the positive nucleus of the non-polar molecule. अभी बेटा, जब इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड इसके पास आएगा, इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन will repel each other. जब क्लोरीन का इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड is going to repel, the repulsion is going to happen in the opposite direction. यहाँ इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड है, इसका इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लाउड यहाँ पे शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. सो पहले जो नॉन पोलर था अब पोलर हो जाएगा. पहले जो नॉन पोलर था अब वो पोलर हो जाएगा. सो दिस इज डाइपोल इंड्यूस्ड डाइपोल इंटरैक्शन. डाइपोल इसने इसके अंदर इंड्यूस किया, इसके अंदर डाइपोल नहीं था, बट इसके पास आने से, ये इंटरैक्शन होने से इसमें डाइपोल इंड्यूस हो गया. अब अगर ये पॉजिटिव और ये नेगेटिव, तो इनके बीच में इंटरैक्शन होगा. दिस इंटरैक्शन इज योर डाइपोल इंड्यूस्ड डाइपोल इंटरैक्शन. डिड यू गेट एनी a little idea about it, समृद्धि बेटा? थोड़ा आइडिया आया इसका? व्हाट इज इट? ओके, ग्रेट, कूल. दिस इज अनदर एग्जांपल ओवर हियर. ब्रोमीन का क्लोरीन के साथ किया था, ब्रोमीन का आप किसी का भी ले लो, any non-polar molecule with any polar molecule. Again, the interaction energy, or rather the force, is going to be inversely proportional to the sixth power. Is going to be inversely proportional to the sixth power of the. Guys, am I audible or have you lost the video?
ऑडिबल है सर.
ओके ओके, आई वाज गेटिंग अ कॉल, तो मुझे लगा कि डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया. सो
नहीं सर.
अच्छा, हाँ,
मेरे ख्याल से आज के लिए सर इतना हो चुका है. ज्यादा
हाँ,
मतलब
हाँ,
एक दिन में ही लोड देना ठीक नहीं है.
जी सर, मैं वही बोल रहा था. सो गाइस, आई थिंक वी आर डन इनफ फॉर द डे. ठीक है, सो फॉर टुडे दिस इज गुड इनफ. लेट अस कंटिन्यू इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर. लेट अस सी or let us meet each other in the next lecture, and we will continue studying further this topic. I hope you guys have understood. I hope this was a correct way of teaching and there were no issues. So you can keep your doubts ready. You can refer different things. Okay. Until we meet next, please take care and stay safe. Don't leave your houses and stay alive. Okay. Chalo. Bye guys. See you later. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm disconnecting now.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay. Hello, everyone. आज के लेक्चर के बारे में किसी कुछ बोलना है? जिसको भी बोलना है, प्लीज अनम्यूट योर माइक एंड आप बोल सकते हो. कुछ समझा या कुछ सजेशन? आर्यन, कुछ बोलना है?
नो सर.
कैसा लगा लेक्चर? समझा कुछ?
यस सर, समझा.
कोई सजेशन किसी के थ्रू? और भी कोई कुछ बोलना चाहे? ओके. नॉर्मली जो हम लोग ने भी प्लान किया है, इनिशियली आपका डेली बेसिस पे 1 आवर का ही लेक्चर रहेगा. देखते हैं आप लोग 1 आवर कैसे झेल पाते हो। देन धीरे धीरे आपके एक्सपीरियंस के अकॉर्डिंगली शेड्यूल चेंज करेंगे। आपका जो डेली का लेक्चर का टाइमिंग होगा वो फिक्स रहेगा 5:30 to 6:30, ये याद रखो। इवनिंग 5:30 to 6:30 ये टाइमिंग रहेगा। सो कल आपका लेक्चर है रिया उपाध्याय। Normally there are 6 subjects, right? Physics, chemistry, math, bio, English and your second language. But it depends कि आप आगे क्या पढ़ना चाहते हो। अगर आप चाहो तो second language को ऑप्ट कर सकते हो, bio ऑप्ट कर सकते हो, उसके अकॉर्डिंगली सब्जेक्ट कम भी हो सकते हैं। मिनिमम 5, मैक्सिमम 6। कुछ स्पेसिफिक पूछना है तो आप बोलो। See, regarding subjects या कॉलेज एडमिशन, अगर ऐसे के बारे में कुछ भी पूछना है तो हम लोग एक सेशन रखेंगे, उस पे हम लोग अच्छे से डिस्कस करेंगे, आपको जो भी पूछना रहेगा। लेकिन ये अभी उसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है। आप अगर कोई आपके आसपास सीनियर स्टूडेंट है जो अभी जस्ट 12th में एंट्री किया है, उससे अगर आपको टेक्स्ट बुक मिलता है तो आप ले लो, क्योंकि 11th स्टैंडर्ड के टेक्स्ट बुक चेंज नहीं होने वाले हैं, ठीक है। तो अगर कोई फ्रेंड्स आपके हैं सीनियर फ्रेंड्स, तो उनसे आप टेक्स्ट बुक ले सकते हो। एंड अदरवाइज जो आई थिंक बाल भारती का ये भी है, लिंक है, तो वहां से आपको पीडीएफ मिल जाएंगे। जो भी सब्जेक्ट के पीडीएफ डाउनलोड करना चाहते हो वहां से भी मिल सकते हैं, तो वो भी देख सकते हो आप लोग डाउनलोड करके अगर पढ़ना है तो। बट मेरा सजेशन क्या है, 11th स्टैंडर्ड आपको पता है, मेरा सजेशन ये है ना, आप लोग ना सबसे पहले, नो डाउट आपने 10th का एग्जाम दे दिया है, बट सबसे पहले ना आप अपने बेसिक मैथ साइंस को स्ट्रॉन्ग करो। अगर हो सके ना तो 8, 9, 10th के मैथ साइंस को अच्छे से पढ़ो। 8, 9, 10th का मैथ साइंस, उसको जितना बार बार पढ़ोगे आगे बहुत हेल्प मिलेगा, तो वो आप करोगे तो ज्यादा बेटर है। एंड साइमल्टेनियसली अगर आपको 11th स्टैंडर्ड के फ्रेंड्स के बुक्स मिल जाते हैं तो आप उसको रीड कर सकते हो, कोई इशू नहीं है, ठीक है। ओके, so अब now so tomorrow 5:30 to 6:30 you will have physics lecture। 5:30 to 6:30 फिजिक्स डेली बेसिस, टाइमिंग 5:30 to 6:30 होगा डेली। लेक्चर्स जो भी रहेंगे मैं आपको इन्फॉर्म करते रहूंगा। एंड एवरी डे लेक्चर से हाफ एन आवर पहले आपको हमारा लिंक आ जाएगा, ठीक है। हाफ एन आवर या 15 मिनट्स पहले लिंक आएगा, आप उस लिंक पे क्लिक करते हैं डायरेक्टली लेक्चर में ऐड हो जाओगे, ठीक। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच, बाय बाय।